Daphne's trying to join. Otherwise, it might just be you and me this evening. I'm trying to give this question a try while we wait for the others. Ah, there we go. Daphne's just joined us as well. All right, so there's just a question on the board. It's just looking at what we finished with, which was those congruency proofs, which we did on Wednesday last week. So just give it a go. Ask me any questions if you need. Just I'm here to help. So if there's anything you're feeling confused with, let me know. But we'll just give the others a chance to get here. Remember when you're doing this to follow all the steps. So write which triangles you're starting with, give your 3 reasons, and then give your conclusion at the end. And make sure when you give your conclusion that you give your reason for congruency. Oops, he's throwing things around in here. Let me help give some guidance here. Something in triangle, something and triangle. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm turning my video off because I need to turn my screen. I will be back just now. Otherwise, this writing is going to look that bad for the rest of the evening. In triangle this and triangle this, and then you're going to give me 3 reasons. Therefore, triangle this is congruent to triangle this, and you're going to give me the reason. And that reason there is going to be one of the ones that we learned on Wednesday. So either side angle side, side side side, side angle angle, or right angle hypotenuse side. Okay. So for Fense and Owazi who just joined, we're just working on this question while we wait for the others to get here. I know there are some people who are writing tests this week, so well done for you, those of you who came. Give this question a try. Let me know if you need help with anything. I've tried to give you a bit of a skeleton there to help you see where to start. It's just working with what we did in our lesson last week, Wednesday. So we're going to do a couple more of these questions today, and then we're going to move into similarity at the end of the lesson. Hi. But you're in the class, or are you having to leave? Okay, those of you who have just come in, there is a question up on the board for you to give a go. It is working on what we did in our lesson last week, Wednesday, which was proving congruency. So give this question a try. I've tried to give you a bit of a skeleton to help. Just do your best, and we will work through it together in a couple of minutes. Just going to give everyone a chance to try. And remember, if you have any questions, if there's something you don't understand, just let me know, ask or message, anything's fine. Hi, everyone. Well done to those of you who are here who have tests this week. I know how stressful that must be. So well done. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes on this question, just because if anyone's feeling super confused and doesn't even know where to start, I don't want to waste your time, and then we can talk through this one together, and then in the next one, maybe you'll feel a bit more confident to give it a go. So I'm just going to give you a couple more minutes, then we're going to go through this. Okay, let's get going. All right, so I'm going to slowly talk you through this question. We're going to do it step by step so that in the next one you can try and hopefully it will make a bit more sense. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to identify the two triangles that we're working with. So, for example, our one triangle is this one over here. So I'm going to write that as triangle ACD. Now, remember, we need the angles that are the same as each other to be in the same places as each other. So we want our C's to be in our same places. Just keep that in mind. The second triangle that we're looking at is this one over here. And that's going to be triangle BCD. Okay, now that first introduction sentence, we've given ourselves a mark. So we've identified which triangles we're working with. Great. Now we need to think about three reasons. So we're trying to prove one of these things. So let's see what we have in common. First of all, we can see that AD is the same as BD. And we know that, sorry, let me just get rid of all my colors here, because they have got those two lines, which means that they are the same as each other. Okay, so we can say, well, we know that AD is equal to BD, and our reason for that is because it's been given to us. So it's nice and easy. Second thing that we also can see and we know is that this line here is part of both triangles. So I can say CD is common. And that just means CD is part of both of my triangles. And then my last one here, if this is 90 degrees and this is a straight line, that means that this must be 90 degrees. So I can say that ACD is equal to 90 degrees. And my reason for that would be angles on a straight line. Okay, so let's look at what information we have. We have over here, we have a side. Here we have a side, and here we have an angle. So our option is, let's have a look. Is it SAS? Is our angle wedged between our two sides? So here's the one side that we know, here's the other side that we know. That would be the angle that is wedged between the two sides, and it's not. Okay, so it's not SAS. Now we have to go back to the drawing board and see what else it could be. Could it be side, side, side? No, because I have an angle. So it can't be that one. Could it be side angle, angle? No, because I only have one angle. So let's see, could it be right angle hypotenuse side? I have a right angle. Good. I have a hypotenuse. Remember, that's the side opposite the right angle. Good. And I have one other side. Good. And that tells us our reason. So then we can say, therefore, triangle ACD is congruent to triangle BCD because of right angle hypotenuse side. And so when you're getting marks for a question like this, you're going to mark for that introduction, a mark for each line, and a mark for your reason. So all of these steps individually are super, super important. Okay, so that was just trying to recap what we did last week, Wednesday. I'm going to let you work through another one of these questions, maybe two, depending on our time and how comfortable everyone's feeling with them. And then we're going to have a look at some similarity questions. But similarity is much, much easier, so don't panic. Okay, does anyone need to sit on this question any longer? Just let me know. Okay, cool. That's okay, thanks for letting me know. Okay, so keeping all of that in mind, I now want you to give this question a go. So I'm going to help you in the beginning with the structure in triangle something and triangle something. You're going to give me your three reasons. Therefore, triangle something is congruent to triangle something, and you're going to have your reason over here. And that reason is either going to be right angle hypotenuse side, side angle side, 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 or side, oh goodness, angle, angle. Okay, all right, give this one a go, guys. When you're happy with your answer, either let me know what you did or write it in the chat. Even if it's just one of the lines, that's great. I'm happy with anything you're able to give me. Just try your best. Tell me how it goes. Hi, Lorato. And remember, don't panic if these questions are taking you quite a bit of time. They're worth a lot of marks, and so they should take time to do. Hi, Daphne. Okay, so your first step here would be identifying your triangles. So which two triangles am I working with? Who can tell me what those triangles are? Just put them in the chat for me. Triangle what and triangle what? That's to get our first mark. So have a look at these two things and give me my two triangles that I want to compare. So those would be part of them, but what we'd be looking at is that I'm wanting this whole triangle. So I would call that triangle ADC. And then can someone tell me what the second triangle would be? Okay, good. No, was it good? Nice. Okay. So if I said ADC, then I would have to call this CEB. So it depends on how you've labeled your triangles. Okay, so if you've made that first sentence, give yourselves a mark. That's your first thing. Then the second thing I want you to do is I want you to find something that's nice and easy. Okay.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Is it correct if I say CD is equal to BE because it's given?
Okay, so I'm so glad that you said that because that's something that often people say, but we need to be careful with something. These little arrows, they don't mean that they're equal. These arrows mean that they're parallel. So line DC is parallel to line BE, but it doesn't mean that they're equal to each other. But I could say these lines mean equal. So what could I say about those two?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm just going to write that step in over here. That was beautiful. AC is equal to BC. And my reason would just be because that's been given to us. Okay. So we are needing two more reasons here. There's another one which everyone should be able to find nice and easy. It's also one that's just been given to us. We don't have to do anything for it. Adeora, have you got a question? Or are you on? Okay. Okay. So, Tiamo, I hope you heard what I was just saying now to Nokobongo about the BE and CD, about the parallel lines. But that was just explaining why those aren't, they are actually equal, but they haven't told us that they're equal. Okay, so AB is kind of part of both triangles, but it's not the same length in both triangles. So something's only common if it's like exactly the same line in both triangles, or the same angle in both triangles. That's a really good suggestion though. What about if we look at those two? They haven't told us that AD and CE are equal. So if we wanted to say that they are, they would have to have given us little lines like that, but they haven't given them to us. So we're not allowed to say that they're equal. So the next thing I would look at here is these angles that I've circled. They've told us that they are 90 degrees in both of them, which means that they are the same as each other. So we can say that angle A, or let's say angle DAC, is equal to angle ECB. You see they're both 90 degrees. Remember, that's what that square means. Even if you wanted to, you could say that they're 90. And my reason for that is just that it has been given to us. So those are our two easy things. That's okay. Those are the two easy things that were given to us. The first thing that was given was that AC is equal to BC. And the second thing that was given to us was that that angle is equal to that angle. So those are our two given things. Now we have to start playing around to find our own. So when we get given parallel lines, as soon as we see parallel lines, our brains need to think, okay, it could be alternate angles, which is when we have our Z. It could be corresponding angles, which is when we have our F. Or it could be co-interior angles, which is when we have our U. So that when we see parallel lines, those are the three things we need to think of. And so here, if I look at these parallel lines, if I use the Z, I'm not going to be able to, it's not going to help me because that angle isn't in a triangle. But if I used an F, I could see that this angle is equal to that angle. So I could say angle DCA is equal to angle EBC because of corresponding angles when CD is parallel to BE. So these are trying to bring in the things that we've learned in our previous lessons. And now we need to kind of go back and say, well, which reason is this? This is a side, this is an angle, and this is an angle. And the only one it could be if it's in that case is SAA. So we're going to say, therefore, triangle ADC is congruent to triangle CEB, side, angle, angle. And that would bring us to the end of this question. I know that they're quite hectic, but they just take practice. It'll just take a bit of time for it to sink in. Oh, I know they're stressful. You just have to just keep trying and keep going, and eventually they will start coming together, I promise. Okay, just let me know. Does anyone need to sit here for any longer?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, no problem. Just think about how far you've come with geometry. That's what's important here. Well, Ayanda, we're going to do another question just now. And hopefully that will help a little bit.
Thanks, ma'am.
No problem. Okay, so let's have a look at another one. Now I've tried to make this one nice and easy for you guys. So I'm just going to help you with the setup again, just until we get there, okay? So we're going to start by saying which triangles we're working in. So look, we're looking at this triangle And we're looking at this triangle and use a completely different color so it's easier for you to see that triangle. Okay, those are our two triangles. Then you're going to give me 3 reasons. And then we're going to say, therefore, triangle this is congruent to triangle this. And you're going to give me my reason. And that reason is either going to be right angle, hypotenuse, side, or side, 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 or side angle, angle, or side angle, side. Okay. All right. So first thing I want everyone to do is take a nice big deep breath. We're going to look at this question. We're not going to panic. Okay. And all I want you to do is in these big questions, as soon as something's worth a lot of marks, our natural instinct is to have a bit of a panic and think, oh, I don't know where to start and I'm not going to get anything right. And that's never the right approach. We just need to break it up into small steps. So all I want you to focus on at the moment is writing this first sentence. So which 2 triangles am I working with? That's all I want you to focus on. Okay, so everyone give that a try. And when you feel comfortable, let me know which 2 triangles we're dealing with. Beautiful, Kumba. Yes, guys, there we go. Okay, see, no need to panic. We do this step by step, one thing at a time. Okay, so we're dealing with triangle GKF and triangle GKB. Good. Okay, first step, done. 1 mark sitting in your pocket. We're good. We're happy. Okay, next thing I want you to look at in my picture. So if you're doing this in a test, remember how I said colors are really important. So if you can highlight your 2 triangles or do them in 2 different colors, or a blue pen and a black pen, or a blue pen and a pencil, anything helps. Can anyone tell me what line here is both orange and yellow? So which one of these lines is both orange and yellow?
GK.
Yes, okay. And if it is both colors, it means it's common. That's how we know when a line is common, is if it's part of both of my triangles, so it's both colors. So I can say GK is common. Okay, and I can see that because that line is both orange. I can't spell orange. Goodness gracious, thank goodness I'm not an English teacher. Orange, there we go. And yellow. Okay, it's common, yes, good. Second mark in your pocket. Okay, now I want you to tell me something that has been given to you. So find something in this picture and they've told you information. So what could be equal to what? And my reason would be given.
Ma'am, is it angle GFK is equal to angle GPK?
Yes, good. Okay, and the reason we know that is because that angle has 2 lines and that angle has 2 lines. So it's telling me that those 2 are the same as each other. And that has been given to me. Third mark in our pocket, and we haven't panicked yet. Okay, next step, I want one more reason. So we've done the common line, we've done this angle over here. Now I need one more thing, because I have to have 3 reasons for congruency. Have a look up at the top of the triangle. What's going on in G? Do you see how this angle here, goodness. Do you see how this angle is equal to that angle because of those lines? They're telling me that that angle is the same as that one. So I can say, good. Okay, so the way that was written Canva is beautiful. So I can say if GK is equal to BGK, and my reason again for that would be given. Okay, now we need to think about what information we have. So that's a side, that's an angle, that's an angle, which means our only reason we can use is side, angle, angle. So we would say triangle GKF is congruent to triangle GKB because of side, angle, angle. And that would be the end of this question. Okay, so you see there's no need to panic. We just need to do things step by step, one thing at a time, and avoid all panic as we go. Okay, I'm going to try and keep both of these questions in for those of you who are still needing it. Okay, so I'm going to help you a little bit less with this one. I'm going to do one thing for you though. I'm going to tell you which triangles we're working with. So if I'm highlighting these two triangles, okay, so I have a blue triangle and I have a green triangle. My question to you is, do I have any lines that are both blue and green? Yes or no? Okay, good. And so because I have no lines that are both blue and green, I have no common lines. Okay, that's how I know if a line is common. Because that's one of the most, that's like the easiest mistake to make, is to put something as common when it's not common. So I know I have no common lines. I have told you which triangles I'm working with. So I've helped you with that first step. And I now am going to need you to try and find your 3 reasons. 2 of those reasons have been given to you. And the third one you'll have to think about a little bit. Okay, and I want you to give this a try. And any step you can do, put it into the chat or let me know in chat, like speak it through with me, and we'll put it into the box. We're doing the same thing. We are trying to prove congruency with 2 different triangles. So here we're looking at this blue triangle and the green triangle, and we're just trying to find what our reason would be that they are congruent. Canva, you little genius. You saw the thing that was hard. Well done. Okay, so as Canva has put in the chat there, those 2 angles are equal to each other because they are vertically opposites. So I can say that angle MEN is says men, that's funny, is equal to angle SEW. Oh, we're spelling words in maths. This is a very exciting day. Okay, and my reason for that would be vert up angles are equal. Okay, so Canva has helped you all. He's given you the hardest one. Now you two, well, you need to find these 2 more reasons, and they should be nice, easy ones, so things that have just been given to you. So have a look at those triangles and see what information they've given you that tells us that they are the same in both triangles. Who can find another reason? Look at what the
Ma'am?
line, yeah.
Is EN equal to EW?
It is. EN is definitely equal to EW because they both have that single line, and that line means that they're equal to each other. So we can say EN equals EW, and that's just been given to us. And our last reason here is that if this is X and that's X, that means that they are the same as each other because they are both X. So that also means that angle M is equal to angle S because it has been given to us. So these two over here, these were the easy ones, and the vertically opposite angles was the tricky one. Now we have to think about what information we have. We have an angle, then we have a side, and then we have an angle. And so looking at our reasons, the only one it could be is side angle angle. And so that's what we're going to check over there. Okay. Okay, guys, we have to move on to similarity. I'll see we might be able to fit in one more question at the end, but I just don't want us to not get to similarity this evening. So we're going to just skip over this next question and we're going to move into similarity. Oh, sorry. Let me just, does anyone need to sit here any longer before I move? Okay. Cool. Okay, so similarity is if shapes are similar to each other. So when shapes are congruent to each other, so that's what we have been doing. That means that they are exactly the same. Okay, so they are copies of each other. Similarity means that all of the angles inside the shape are the same as each other, but they can be bigger or smaller. And as they increase or decrease, they stay in proportion. So it basically means that if we look at these two triangles here, if I multiply that 3 by 2, I'm going to get 6. And so I have to be able to multiply all of these by 2 to get that. I have to, when it's saying it's staying in proportion, it means I'm multiplying everything by the same amount or I'm dividing everything by the same amount. So if we have a look here, this is 4 and this is 8. So I would have had to multiply that by 2 to get to 8. And if I multiplied 2 by 2, I would get 4. So everything is staying in proportion. And the most important thing in similarity is that the angles are identical. So here you can see angle B is the same as angle L because it's got the single line. Okay. And then angle A has got 2 lines, which means it's the same as angle K because that's also got 2 lines. And then angle C, which has got 3 lines, is the same as angle M because that's got 3 lines. And so those two would be similar to each other. And it's the same situation with these rectangles. All of them are 90 degrees. And so the other one is just a bigger version of that first one. So the most important thing here is that they have the same angles and the sides are in proportion. And that's what I've just written up there in number 1 and number 2. And remember, sides in proportion just means that I've multiplied everything by the same or divided everything by the same. Okay. Now, for congruency, we had these 3 lines, which meant congruent. In similarity, there are 3 lines standing up. So there are 3 vertical lines. And so if I was looking at these 2 triangles over here, I would say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle KLM. And the same way in congruency, how we have to match up the angles that are the same, we have to do the same in similarity. So angle A needs to be the same as angle K because they are both in the first position. And angle B has to be the same as angle L. And so it's always about making sure we're putting things in the right position when we're writing these sentences. Okay. So the good news is that when we are proving similarity, we only need to think of one proof at the moment, and that is angle, angle, angle. Okay, so we have to prove that they have all 3 angles the same. So in congruency, we have those 4 different reasons, and in similarity, we only have 1, which is AAA. So let's give one a try. I'm going to help you through this first one. We're going to set it up in exactly the same way we did our congruency. Okay, so we start by saying which triangles we're working with. Now remember, they're not going to be the same size as each other because they are not congruent. They're similar. So triangle ABE and triangle CDE. Now I have to find which angles are equal to each other. Remember, I'm trying to prove all 3 angles are the same. That's my whole goal here. Now, the next important thing for us to notice is that we have got parallel lines. And when we have parallel lines, we need to think, okay, we have alt angles, which is our Z. We have corresponding angles, which is our F. And we've got co-interior angles, which is our U. And if I look here, I've got a Z. So I can say that angle A is equal to angle C because of alternate angles when AB is parallel to CD. So now I've proven that those 2 are the same. And I can do the same thing for angle B. So I have a backward Z. Angle B is equal to angle D because of alt angles. And then you've got lots of different options for E. A lot of you, I think, will be able to see that they are vertically opposite from each other. But the cool thing with similarity is actually once we have found 2, we're allowed to just say the third one is the same because of angle sum triangle. Because if you think about it, if those 2 are the same and those 2 are the same, these have to be the same because all of them have to equal 180 degrees. So you don't even have to think for the third one. This reason is always allowed to just be sum of angles in a triangle. And that's always, you're always allowed to write that. You never have to think further than that. So angle AEB is equal to angle CED because of sum of angles in a triangle. Therefore, triangle ABE is similar to triangle CDE because of angle, angle, angle. Okay, so that was your first similarity proof. It should feel a little bit less stressful because we've done congruency. And I think you'll find this a bit easier because really you only have to find 2 reasons and you know that they are angles because we're trying to prove that all 3 angles are the same as each other. So it's a little bit less guesswork. Okay. Now in this question, I'm going to highlight the triangles and then we're going to talk about something before I let you try the rest. Okay. What angle, so you can just give me a letter here, so A, B, C, D, or E. What angle is inside our red triangle and our orange triangle? So which angle is inside our red triangle and our orange triangle? So just one of the letters. So you're absolutely right. DE has got both red and orange, but I'm now wanting an angle. Yes, Chelsea, there you go. This angle up here, that A is part of this triangle, and that A is part of this triangle. And so we use it as the same logic as we used when we had 2 lines that were on different colors, and we say angle A is common. So this is another way of looking at something that's common. It means it's the same because it's in both triangles. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of all my colors here. And I'm just going to highlight the one triangle so it's easy for you to see. And I want you to give this a try. So we know we're dealing with triangle ABC, and I've colored in the second triangle. Then I want you to find my next reason. Think about what to write for the third one. And then tell me what our conclusion is. one step at a time. First step is just finding out which triangles we're dealing with. Okay, so our first step here is we're just saying triangle ABC and triangle ADE. Now we've said angle A is common. Now we need to look at what information we've been given. We've been given these two parallel lines. And those parallel lines are telling us that we're either going to look for alt angles or corresponding angles or co-interior angles. Okay? So,
Ma'am?
oh, yes.
Is B corresponding to D?
Yes, well done. This angle here is corresponding to that angle there. And if you said this one and this one, that would also be perfect. So whichever one you used. So I'm going to say angle B is corresponding to angle D because of corresponding angles when DE is parallel to BC. And then for our third one, we're allowed to just say that it's equal to the third one for our reason that we spoke about earlier, sum of angles in a triangle. Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADE because of angle, angle, angle. Okay, I know it's a lot, guys. You're doing really well. Do I need to sit here any longer?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, no problem. There's no rush.
Thank you.
I know it feels stressful, guys. You really, I know it may not feel like it's coming together, but already the questions that you're saying and the answers that you're giving, they're good. It just takes time and it just takes practice. And I know that that's frustrating to hear, but geometry really is just about practice. I
I've got
promise.
it, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's try. Ooh. Oh no. Okay. Let's try this one over here. So I'm going to help you with a little bit here, and then I'm going to let you run free. We know which two triangles we're dealing with, right? So in triangle DEF and triangle CBA. So that's our first line. We're just writing which triangles we have. Then we're going to give our three reasons. Then we're going to say, therefore, triangle DEF is similar to triangle CBA. And we're going to give our reason. Okay. Can someone tell me our first thing, which is nice and easy, that is the same in both of these triangles without me having to think about anything? Which angle is equal to which angle just because it's been given to us?
Angle ABC is equal
Good.
to angle DEF.
Excellent. Okay, so angle B is equal to angle D, which is equal to 90 degrees, and that's been given to us. Beautiful. Easy peasy. Now, this angle here is 49 and this angle is 41. That's not the same as each other. So we're going to have to figure out what A is. And I know that angle A is going to be equal to 180 minus 90 minus 41 because of sum of angles in a triangle, which means angle A is going to be equal to 49 degrees. And that is the same as F. And so we have now proven that our second angle is the same as each other. So we know that this is 49 degrees, and we know that that's 49 degrees. And then our third one is our nice easy one, where we just get to say that they're equal because of sum of angles in a triangle. So now we can just say that angle C is equal to angle D because of sum of angles in a triangle. And we've proved our 3 reasons. We only have one thing that we write here. So we've said that they're similar because of angle, angle, angle. Hopefully this is starting to sort of sink in a little bit. We're going to do one more proof like this, and then we're going to look at sort of some questions just to see whether they would be congruent or whether they would be similar. So just to get some practice. Okay. All right, I'm going to move down from here, unless there are any objections. Okay. For this one, my recommendation or my hint to you is sort of treat each of these triangles separately before you jump into a proof, and figure out what these angles are and give your reasons for figuring out what these angles are. So treat it as if it was like a normal Euclidean geometry question where you had to find all of those different angles. So find what angle N is, find what angle P is, find what angle F is, and find what angle E is, and give your reasons before you even do anything else. So let's start with the easiest one. I'm going to kind of write it in an order that I think will help. So the first thing is, can someone tell me what angle E is equal to?
Angle E is equal to 50.
And what's my reason?
I don't know, but it's because of the lines.
Yes, it's because of the lines. Good, those lines are telling me that they are the angles will be equal, opposite, or angles opposite, equal sides. Good, nice. Okay, so I know that that's 50 degrees. So now, can someone tell me what F is going to equal if E is 50 degrees?
80.
80.
Yes, guys, well done. What's my reason?
Angles of, oh no, never mind.
No, it's close. So you're on the right track, just not with
Of
a
a
line.
triangle.
Yes, there we go. Sum of angles in a triangle. Good. Okay, so now we know that that's 50, and we know that that's 80. Good. Okay, now we're going to move into our smaller triangle. What are N and P going to equal?
50.
Yes. So angle N is equal to angle P because of angles opposite equal sides. Therefore, angle N and P are both 50 degrees because of sum of angles in a triangle. Okay. Now that we've done all of that hard work, I want you to take time and try and do this process properly. So I want you all to try and write up this whole proof by yourselves in triangle what and triangle what. If you have written this up on your page, then you can just use that information because you've already shown that you know what they are and you've proved it. Okay, so I would always kind of start with that. It just gives you a helping hand. 1, 2, 3, therefore. Okay, go. Try your best. Good, guys. Nice things are coming in here. So we now can see that angle F is equal to angle M. Now, if you've already written all of this information, you wouldn't need to have that reason. You could just say that you've proven it because you've already proven it above. If you hadn't proven it, you would have had to show these steps first. Okay, so now we know that those two are equal. We also can choose any other one to be equal. So like I could say angle E is equal to angle P. We've also proven that. Oh, I haven't written in my triangles. And then our third one, so N and D, we can just say sum of angles in a triangle. That one we're always just allowed to say. If you actually already said proven, that's also fine because you have proven that they are the same. And then we would say triangle MNP is similar to triangle FDE because of A. Okay. Good work, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at a bunch of different triangles and we're going to try and figure out if they are similar or if they are congruent. So I'm just going to write a couple of things to help us here. If they are similar, the only thing that we're looking for is that they have three angles that are the same. If they are congruent, so that line like that, then we're looking for right angle hypotenuse side or side angle side or side or side angle. Those are 4 possible reasons if they are congruent. Okay, so when you're looking at these questions, you're going to tell me, first of all, we're just looking at A for the moment. You're going to tell me if these two triangles are congruent or similar, and then you're going to give me the reason. So either similar and write AAA, or you'll say congruent and you'll give me one of these 4 reasons. Okay, so I'm going to help you a little bit with A, and then I'll let you try the next one. For this one, I'd see what do we have that's the same as each other. I can see that AB is the same as QP. And I can see that AC is the same as QT. Those are 2 sides. And I can see that I've got this angle up here, which is X, and I've got that angle there, which is X. Now, I want to ask you, is this similar? So is it similar or is it congruent?
Congruent.
Or is it neither? Give me your answer. Similar, congruent, or neither? Okay, so we have one answer that's saying similar, second answer that's saying congruent. We come by that's a congruent. Daphne says neither.
Ma'am, I say neither.
Tell me why you say neither.
Because for it to be congruent, it has to have an included angle on both.
Ah, there we go. This was a trap, guys. It looks like it's congruent, but it is not. That X would have to be there. It has to be in between those 2 sides. It has been put in the wrong place. And so they specially did that just to trick you. So this is not similar or congruent. It is neither. It is neither. It's very nasty, but these things happen. Remember, math teachers, we like tricking you. It's part of our fun. Okay, I want you to look at this next question. You're going to tell me, is this similar? Is it congruent? Is it neither? And if it is similar, we know it's AAA. If it's congruent, I want to know what the reason is. Similar, congruent, or neither? So if it's similar, our reason is AAA. If it's congruent, our reasons are right angle, hypotenuse, side, side angle, side, 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 side angle, angle, or it's neither. And you guys are right. It is neither. And the reason that it's neither is because this line here, in this picture, it's opposite the y, and in this picture, it's opposite the x. And so they are not in the same place as each other. If they were in the same place, then our line would have been here. And then we would have been able to say that they are congruent. So we would say neither. Okay, let's try C. Similar, congruent, or neither. And if it is similar or congruent, I want the reason with it. Okay. So I see why you're answering similar, right? Because you're saying, well, this angle's the same as that, and this angle's the same as that, and this angle's the same as that, right? So obviously it's similar, but it's also telling us that this line is the same as that line, which means that they are the same size as each other. And if they are the same size as each other, then they can't be similar. They have to be congruent. And so here we would say they are congruent. And our reason is we've got that yellow side that's the same as each other. Then we've got this y and we've got this x. And so it is side, angle, angle. So they are congruent because we have a common side that's the same in both, and then the two angles that are the same. Okay. These are questions to sort of help you think and put things into perspective so you can see what's going on. Okay, we've got 2 more questions here. I'm going to put both up because our time is running short. So same thing, similar, congruent, or neither for D. Let's work out what these angles would be. Good. Okay, so for angle D, we can see that they are similar, and our reason is because all 3 angles are the same as each other. Okay, and now I need to look at E. Is E going to be similar or congruent or neither? Similar or congruent or neither for E. Good. Okay, it is definitely congruent. Good answers. Can someone tell me what my reason is? If someone gets this reason right, I'm going to just jump for joy. What is my reason for this congruency going to be?
SSA.
It's not going to be SAS because my angle isn't wedged between my 2 sides. Yes, Defensa. Yes, right angle, hypotenuse, side. Yes, good. Right angle, hypotenuse, side. Beautiful. Okay, guys, and that's where I am leaving you tonight. And we have our last lesson on geometry on Wednesday, just before your holiday. And I am passing the mic on to Tula. But goodbye, everyone. Hope you have a good evening, and thanks for coming tonight.
Hello, grade 9s. Hope you guys are doing okay. Before we start, I know a lot of you mentioned that you're writing tests and just assignments and assessments for the end of the term. How y'all doing? Are y'all okay? Like, how did those go? I'm just interested to see.
Hello.
Hi, Lerato.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. We are done with our test.
Okay.
And I got 47 out of 50.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's amazing. And how do you feel about that?
I feel excited because
Yeah.
maths I've been struggling, but now I'm beginning to be at the top. I didn't believe myself.
Ah, no, that's very awesome. We're always happy to hear people doing well. Does anyone else have a success story? Guys, share. We want to know. We see you in these lessons, but we don't see you after you leave here. Unmute yourself. Tell us what went, even if it didn't go so well, still tell us. We want to know. We want to know how that went. Simpure says the math was the test was so simple. Tell us more. Unmute yourself. I'm gonna make you guys unmute yourself. Who else? Offense. Okay. Ayanda says the test was simple. For Nolwazi, it was fine. Avuyile, do you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Me, sir. I'm very
Yes.
confident, man. But like I
Okay.
haven't got my points or something like the marks, but I'm very confident in myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome because obviously that's the first step because I'm sure you're not just confident, but you're confident because you've been practicing material and you've been getting more things right. So there's substance to your confidence and hopefully that will reflect in the next things that you write. So that's really awesome, guys. We love to hear these stories. So yeah, Tiamo is stressed about the report. Yeah, it's very understandable. It's very understandable, Tiamo, but hopefully you did well. And even if you didn't, you still have the next term. Okay. You can keep writing more things. I'm excited to hear more. But in the meantime, let me also just share. Let me just share my screen with you. As always, let me know if you can't see my screen so I can so we can see how we can assist you. Okay, yeah. You are almost done. I don't know if you knew this, but you have your last lesson. You have your last lesson this week. So the next lesson that we have when on Wednesday is going to be your last lesson for the term. You have come so far. So many people here. We started with them from the beginning, and you've attended every single lesson, and that's very awesome. That's good for you, and we also appreciate that for just giving us your time and letting us teach you all these things. And of course, if you are new to Watobe, that's also not a problem. You can always go to the website at watobe.co.za to catch up on all the lessons that you did miss. And it's a lot of good content. We have a great teacher here. So go and watch all those things if you missed them. And yeah, keep going. Those of you who are perhaps fans of Rick and Morty will appreciate this more than everybody else. But yeah, like I said, we are left with we're doing quadrilaterals next week, and so yeah, just keep the other activities that we've been giving you for homework. Keep doing those and keep practicing and do the quizzes on the app. If you're struggling with the app, some people experience technical difficulties. Just message us. Just always reach out, whether on WhatsApp or wherever you have someone on your phone from Watobe, your mentor or someone from sales. Just reach out to us, and we're happy to assist to make sure that you're doing your homework and you're doing everything. Okay. I don't know if does anyone have any questions, any comments before we let you go? Or Lerato says, Lerato, you said you have a question. What's your question?
I was gonna ask that
Yes.
if are you gonna guys be open when the school are closed?
Yeah, our app is always ongoing. Remember, we have lessons there, we have quizzes, we have videos for you to watch, and it's always there whenever. But this is going to be our last on Wednesday. It's going to be our last lesson for a while. We'll take a hiatus, but not for too long. Can you speak more on that, Miss G, on how long we'll be out?
I think that our next lesson is, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it is on the 11th of October.
Oh wow! So
we
we
have
really are just taking 1 week off.
1 week off and then we're back.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're taking 1 week off. So next week, you guys in the meantime can just check out the app and just catch up. For those of you, especially who missed some lessons, go back and watch and practice and, you know, so use this time to be productive, but also rest. You know, that's also important. We need you okay. We need you well rested. We need you fine. So take care of yourself, please. I think we'll let you all go. That's it from me for the rest of this evening. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Do the activities on the app. We'll be doing the leaderboard on Wednesday. So bye guys. Enjoy your evening.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Kamba is in competition with Daphne's goodbyes. I don't know if she knows that she's being upstaged.
Bye. We'll miss you.
See you on Wednesday.
Bye. Of course, Daphne wants to win.
Mm.
Bye, Daphne. Bye, Tiamo. Bye, Lerato. Bye.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. I think they're all gone now. That was nice. It was nice to hear lots of positive feedback.
Yeah, lots of positives. That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel? Because it's